Alrighty guys, kevSpec. Guess what? I've got a project car, and yes, it's an AU, of all the cars to get. So this car was donated by one of the members of the FPVGTC community. Carl has donated this car to me and the channel for content. So let me know what you think, guys. Chuck it in the comments. Do you want to see it as a daily? You want to see me put a motor in it? What do you want? Like, I've got some ideas. I'm thinking of a nasty, big cam, big stall converter 5 litre. That's what I'm thinking. This thing's on gas. That's going to come out. That'll be some upcoming videos. But yeah, let me know what you think. You want me to put a crazy motor in it, turn it into a burnout car? I'd really like it as a daily with a hypo 5 litre. That's my thoughts. You know, a nice angry 5 litre, like I said, with a big converter and stuff like that. So this is it. What do you reckon? As ugly as it is, I love it. It's free and it's a project car and it's mint. Like, as you can see, it's got a bit of battle damage. So today we're going to show you around. This thing is filthy. It's been sitting under a tree for pretty much a year and just been copping the weather. So in this video, we're going to bring back this beauty and try and show you some original glory, apart from this little bit of damage here, but we're going to bring her up. So I'll give you a walk around of what she looks like now. She's a bit stinky and a bit smelly inside from sitting for a while, but I'm going to show you all the gunk, all the yucky bits, and we're going to try and bring her back kevSpec spick and span. So stay tuned and follow us how we clean up my daily project AU. This is it. So you can probably see already, we'll get into it in a sec how much of a pig this thing is. All I've had to do, like I said, this is a free donated car, guys. All I've had to do, this is my $40 Gumtree second-hand battery, which is actually a gem, thanks to the guy that hooked me up for a cheap battery on Gumtree. First startup, this car is absolutely mint. Now, I haven't touched this car. I picked it up about 3 weeks ago. Pretty much borrowed a battery to get it here, put it over there in the car spot, haven't touched it, just sat it there. Thing is mint though. You listen to this, for a cold start, for a high kilometre AU, she is mint. What a weapon. What a weapon. Hey, cold start, nice and quiet. Yeah, look, she's got her issues. There's a couple of, you know, noises here and there, but starts and run beautiful. So our project car is alive. As you can see, guys, woo, let's give this a bit of a polish. Hey. Well, 6-bit engine. So this is the variable cam timing. You've got a cam timing mechanism. Unfortunately, there's single cam. So as I found with my old project car, the EA, if you want to check that car out, some of my very first videos, the EA had one of these donks in it with the VCT Tickford motor. Now, unfortunately, with my experience, you're fighting yourself when you do these motors up in the way of boost and camshafts, because any modifications you do on the inlet obviously affects the exhaust, and it's a bit of a give and take situation. So you pull exhaust timing, you're pulling inlet timing, you pull inlet timing, you're pulling exhaust timing. So you can't go too crazy in camshaft unless you stop the VCT altogether, and then you lose the whole point of it. So what's the point of having it there? And yeah, that's what I found with my old engine anyway. But like I said, let me know in the comments, 5 litre, 2J, rotor, whatever, let me know. I'll give it a crack. Let's put a rotor in this thing. Let's put a LS. I don't care. If you want it and it's cheap and easy, I'll do it. So listen to this baby purr. Let's have a little bit of a walk around this bad boy. Well, let's have a first look at this bad boy 2000 model 6-cylinder Fairlane. As you can see, she's pretty rough. Now, it's got all kinds of tree bits. I think it was under some kind of pine tree. Don't even know what that is. Something's growing there. A few little rusty bits. You know, she's a bit dusty and dirty. You see the rocker covers, that might come up a nice shade of red with a bit of elbow grease. So yeah, let's have a look around this bad boy. She's got some gunk and half a bloody forest in there, I think. So yeah, just check her out. You know, we've got green stuff growing in the doors here. I don't know if you can see that properly on the video. We've got green stuff in the doors. It's pretty yucky in here. Oh, ah, spiders. Okay, we have a few spider families. Check these guys out. Got a few little homes in here. Hope we haven't got spider babies, because I am not a fan. I don't know about you guys, but so yeah, I don't know if you can see in this shot. Try and get a shot, brother. The AU Fairlane was actually had an extended floor pan. So this area here, basically the dog leg, this section here, I think it's somewhere here. One day when we get it up on a hoist, I'll show you. You can actually see where Ford put it's about an 8-inch section of floor pan. They've just like zipped it in and made it longer. So these have got massive floor space in the back. Really good party car for the back. Yeah. We'll open the boot. So yeah, she's not disgusting. Well, yeah, she's disgusting, but she's all together. She's got a couple of little bumps and scrapes. There's quite a lot of that little stuff, but from 5 meters away. Got a tow bar. Crusty one at that, but it's a tow bar. Oh yeah. Got some wheels. How about that? How about that? Oh, it's looking a bit festy up in here. Stuff doesn't look good. So guys, this is a huge rust no-no, all right? Kev's top tip for this cleanup. There's going to be a lot of these top tips. That is a huge no-no. If you do have a car that sleeps outside under trees, please get onto this, a couple of times a year minimum. This stuff, as you see, this car's been sitting for weeks away from trees, but obviously it's been wet. This stuff doesn't dry out. It just keeps moist and it just starts rusting panels out, and that's how you get rust. So we're going to get all this gunk out in a minute. Yeah, so a couple of spare wheels in the boot, they'll be good for whatever we need. They could even be good for burnout tyres or whatever we may need them for in the future. So yeah, this is me AU. Even got a tree growing. Even got a little bush growing. So yeah, you can see, it's not the worst, filthiest, barn find I've ever seen, but she's rough. Like, yeah, there you go. The door was almost stuck shut from, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, beautiful. Have a look at these rims. So same again, these things haven't had a clean up in God knows how long. I don't think the whole car's had a clean up in God knows how long. So I think it's time to get to the clean up. Let's do this. All right, let's start this cleanup, guys. I've got my special tools here. So this is stage one, and just remember, this is not the perfect way. This is not the industry standard way, the skid factory would say. Shout out to the skid factory. It's just doing it my way, but this is common sense. So when you've got a car that's got some, built up gunk, got lots of leaves, craps in all the bits and pieces, and you can see where it is. You don't want to just hit it with a gurney or a hose and blast it all out. Yes, it'll do a good job, and we will be blasting later. You don't want to just blast all this stuff with a gurney. So all this stuff, if you attack this with a high pressure cleaner or a gurney, yes, it's going to blast it away, but it's also going to blast it into all these little holes and where the drainage system is in the vehicle. For instance, you can see a hole here for the bonnet release. If you blast it, yes, most will come out, but some's going to go down that hole. It's going to find its way down inside the guard. It's going to find its way. It'll find its way down inside here. It'll build up here. It'll block the drain holes. So cars have drain holes in the bottom of the sills, in the bottom of the guards, and in the bottom of the doors. I'll show you. And if you're doing a big cleanup like this, it only takes a few minutes. And as I was saying on the guards and around the doors, they're built in, they've got all this stuff. Same with any gunk in the window ledge. If you blast it, it actually will, some of the gunk will make its way inside the door. Now, if it's already got gunk in there, just see these big grommets. Now, not all cars will have these, but most will have something. Pop these grommets out all around the car. There's another one up the front here. Let's pop him out. Now, obviously, by the looks of these, there's not a lot of crap in there. Otherwise, you know, there'd be all crap falling out of here when I opened them up. But that's for the bigger stuff that finds its way in there, but typically big stuff doesn't find its way inside the door. But you've also got these suckers here. Now, these are the ones that will block up. This is where all the gunk's going to come out, and I'll show you later how much crap actually comes out of here. Just stick a screwdriver up there before you start. Make sure they're clear. These are, but I can guarantee you by the end of this they won't be. So, top tip, pull all this gunk out by hand first. All right, so we're just going to start by getting some of this built up gunk out, or at least loosening it. Try to be environmentally friendly as well, like you might not want all this stuff on your lawn and on your, and you don't have to be crazy. Now, in a perfect world, you'd probably, in an unlazy world, you'd probably pull this plastic channel off. It's only, you know, a few clips, but we're not doing that yet. Just going to clean most of this stuff out by hand. So, getting back to our special tool 1 and 2, just clean some of this gunk out. Just so it doesn't get blasted. And when you do come to blast it out with a high pressure cleaner, it doesn't go into all the holes that you don't want it to. Now, you could get a vacuum, which I might actually do, to suck some of this stuff out. See, all this stuff, guys, will make its way down here and block up all the car's drainage holes, and that's how you get rust. You want to get as much of this out as you can. So that's the front. Now, this spot here is a good example, maybe with a pipe cleaner. Just so you're not damaging the paint or anything. Just, you can see it loosens all that gunk. So when we do come to degrease and high pressure clean, that's all going to come out. Ugh, just look at this stuff, guys. Nasty. Yeah, so you definitely don't want all this stuff sitting out. It's all wet and it just never dries. It just forms rust, and try and get most of this stuff out by hand. All this stuff in here, pull that out, because that's all going to end up down inside the quarter panel and rust stuff out. So try and get that out to the best of your ability. Alright, so that's about it, I reckon. Yeah, all in these top rubbers, guys. Once again, this stuff will find its way in where you don't want it to. Try and get most of this gunk out. And once again, if it is a bit of a barn find, in all seriousness, watch out for spiders and bugs and creepy crawlies that are going to bite you. That's another reason I got gloves on. Like, this car is going to have some creepy crawlies in it. Okay, so this is our degreaser equipment. Just as usual, kevSpec, nothing fancy here. We've got a heavy duty type truck wash sort of stuff, so this is just heavy duty wash. Basic budget degreaser from Bunnings, bit of palm olive. Now, normally dishwashing detergent is a huge no-no on cars. I'd never use it on the FG, guys. It's got phosphorus, I think, and other nasty stuff in it that's not good for paint. But what it is good is breaking down oil. I know a lot may disagree. Dishwashing detergent is great for cleaning engine bays and anything gunky. It's designed to break down grease and oil. So it works just as good as degreaser or better. So I'm going to just put a bit of a concoction together and get into degreasing this bad boy. We've also got just your standard brush. And after our degrease, this is, I'm sure you guys know what a clay bar is. Well, this is a clay cloth. It's pretty aggressive, so it's going to do a really good job of, I'm sure you can hear that paintwork is really rough. So this bad boy clay cloth will bring it back to Mickey Mouse. So stay tuned for the cleanup. Let's get into this degrease. Okay guys, before we apply degreaser, now this is critically important on normal nice cars. This paintwork we obviously don't really care that much about, but we do still want to protect it a little bit. Because we're going really hard on the degreaser concentration and soakage on all the cracks, it's going to spray over onto the paintwork. Now normally on a car, it'd stuff your paintwork and you'd be up for some polishing and repair. But anyway, the normal process is to wet the car first. So we're just going to give it a slight wetting, just so the car's wet. When we apply the degreaser, number one, it's not going to cause little blotches. Like if the degreaser gets on the paint, or dry paintwork, it'll leave little degreaser blotches where it's eaten in. And it actually helps the degreaser spread around a bit and soak in. So we're just going to wet the car down and start degreasing. Degreaser time. Now, just especially with a dirty car like my AU barn find, you really want to use a lot of this everywhere in a nice strong mix. So just get it in everywhere, yeah? Now you want to start on all the door jambs and all your boot jambs, because if you do it second and you clean the outside first, obviously then all this stuff that you clean from the door jambs is going to splash out onto your nice paintwork. So let's get all the door jambs and all those areas degreased. Right, so we've done the first stage degrees, you know, the interior door jams, the boot jam, bonnet jam, engine bay, all the yucky bits on there. They've all been blasted out and all the drain holes are nice and clear. So we're just going to degrease the outside of the vehicle and give it a blast off. So we're still had it here. We've run out of light, typical kevSpec, so we're just doing the final stage. This is that clay cloth. It's not a clay bar, it's a clay cloth, but you'll see this black, it's like got a plasticized underside that works like a clay bar. Absolutely mint. I can feel, I know you can't feel or see yet, but tomorrow I'll take some after footage. This thing's coming up mint, the paint's coming up nice and smooth. Yes, on a car like this, it's probably a bit aggressive, but we don't care. We just want to strip off all that crap. So yeah, tomorrow I'll get some footage. So you just need a bit of water, a little bit of soap, and just gently go over it. And this thing acts like a clay bar. It just strips that top layer of crap off. Stay tuned for the big before and after. You. So this is day 2 of the Fairlane. So as of the other night, all we did was a really good degrease, get all the crap off the car, and we give it a clay cloth, like a clay bar, but we clay clothed it. So all it's had is a degrease and basically get all the crap off it. And it's come up pretty good. I've given it a bit of a tyre shine. We're going to move on to a bit of a quick interior cleanup, and we're going to polish it up and make it look shiny. So stay tuned, here we go. Just a quick walk around after the degrease and the clay bar. So this thing hasn't even had a wash yet. So next stage is to wash and give it a real light polish, try and get some of the marks out. It's come up okay. I've given those wheels a quick scrub, coming up mint. Well, she's not that bad. I've seen a lot worse. Not bad at all, guys. Just a quick look at the interior on this thing. It's not the worst and it's not the greatest. Driver's seat needs a bit of loving. Someone's already given it a bit of kevSpec stitching there. Yeah, so she's a bit dirty. She runs like a dream though. Check this out, guys. Smooth as silk, plenty of oil pressure, plenty of volts. Temp doesn't really move. Sits on about 1/3. With that, even most of the screen works. Well, most of it. Yeah, she's a bit of a pig. There's junk everywhere. As you can see, it's just crap everywhere. Even got a bloody spider web cranking there. So we'll give her a clean up. Windows are disgusting, as you can probably see. So yeah, roof lining's starting to go, typical AU. So yeah, it's wash and polish and interior day. Yew. Time for a tub, let's get to it. Interior cleanup time. So as you can see, there's a lot of crap in here. Just gonna clean this shit out, give it a vac. Well, here she is in all her glory. So this is after just a quick wash and a vac today and a quick touch up. Also touched up those nasty bit of rusty denty bits, so I'll give you a bit of a walk around. This is kevSpec's daily / project car. On that note of being a project car, guys, like I mentioned in the intro, give me some comments in what you want me to do with this car. Like, predominantly I'd like to daily it for 6 months, maybe 12 months, but also I would like to do something in the project side of things. So keeping in mind, saying it's a daily means I can't put some outrageous running gear or engine in it that's going to make it extremely hard to register. So for the first project, guys, put something down in the comments that's easy. I'd like an angry 5 litre, you know, big converter, big cam, all that stuff, just an angry 5 litre. Or if you've got something else that's going to be reasonably easy to engineer, you know, an inline 6, something, a V8 similar to a 5 litre that's going to be easy to engineer. If someone wants to donate me an engine, I'll put it in. It's that simple. Anyone that wants to donate me any kind of engine that's relatively easy to put in, keep it sort of, you know, within reality, guys, keeping in mind I want to daily it for a little while. So it's either got to be a 5 litre or a straight 6 of some sort, or a V8 of some sort that's going to go in here and look like it's meant to be there so I can get it roadworthy. So I'll give you a quick walk around, chuck some comments in, the good, the bad and the ugly, what you think I should do with it, daily it, burn it, blow it up, burnout car. You know, I want to put a rotor in it. Me and my mate have been talking about it, and the more I talk about it, the more I like the idea of a rotor. But you know, I'm thinking of calling it the rotor lane or the fair rotor. But chuck a comment in, guys. I hope you like the video. This is stage 1 of Kev's project car cleanup. I'll give you a walk around and see what you think. Will you just look at it? Will you just look at it? Look at it. Alrighty, guys. Just come up alright. Just a little bit of Quicksilver paint on the bonnet to help hide that. A little bit of a multi-crips and a bash on the hammer. Bit of silver paint on that ugly thing. She's come up alright. Have a look at those wheels gleaming. What do you reckon, peeps? I reckon. Now this is practically a barn find. It was sitting on a property under pine trees, and yes, they have barns and sheds. It wasn't actually in the barn or shed. It was sitting under a dirty old pine tree for 1.5 years. So yeah, I reckon she's a bit of a gem. What do you reckon, guys? Not a bad freebie project car. Like I said, drop a comment. What do you want me to do with this bad boy? Burnout car? Jump it off a bridge car? I don't know. I'm thinking burnout car and project car. That's my predominant thoughts. So that's what I'd like to do with it. Angry 5 litre, maybe a rotor down the track. Let me know. Chuck a comment in. So there you go, guys. That's the Aussie Inline 6. So this is the predecessor to the Barra. This is the AU. This was the AU's latest and greatest. The variable cam timing. So had 3 engines in this model, or 4 actually. Had the NA stocky, the NA gas, the XR6 engine with larger valves and a red rocker cover, and then the XR6 variable cam timing engine with larger valves and cam timing. But as I think I explained, it's a bit of a give and take with these. Obviously, if you adjust the inlet, you're also adjusting the exhaust at the same time, so you're basically butting your head against a brick wall to get power out of these camshafts. But there she is, a bit cleaned up, you know, bit of spray, bit of silicone, bit of shiny. What a gem. Look at the interior. Should come up alright. Not bad for a dirty old AU. That's the end of the video for this one, guys. I hope you like my project car. So something to keep your juices flowing, and I'm trying. It's only very early in the works. This year my plan with the channel was get someone helping with media, so that's happened, and my mate's come back into my life, and XR666 Media is now helping, which is awesome. Takes a lot of pressure off me and work hours. My second goal for this year was a shed, a space, a corner of a workshop, anything. That may happen very shortly, so fingers crossed, so we can actually have somewhere to do project cars and work on the Falcon instead of doing outside. So like I said, chuck a comment in what you want me to do with this bad boy. Rotor, burnout car, V8, 6-cylinder. Keeping in mind I want to keep it daily for at least 12 months. So hope you like the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But guys, if you like the video and the content that I'm putting out, don't forget to check out my merch store, www.kevspec.com, for crazy merch, hats, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. Support me, support the channel, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget, it ain't wrong, it ain't right, it's kevspec.